Thank you very much, and this is going to be quick. I have a couple of things that are already tentatively pre-filed, and that has to do with the regulatory structure. We were able to pass a bill that enabled the business here to grow and thrive, and there were some problems as they expanded that business across the state. We did a pilot program for farmstead cheese, and there were some unintended consequences that were missed, so that is already pre-filed. And that's a number of initiatives having to do with improving the business climate. So when it comes to looking at how our current taxation structure is, we will be submitting legislation regarding that, and then there will also be some with regard to streamlining the regulatory structure and making sure that in each regulation that's passed as a result of legislation, there is an economic impact statement, because that's critical to small business and business in our state, and it's been an issue. The other issue we'll be working on is the primary care rural residency program. We have a shortage of primary care docs on the Eastern Shore. We've got a task force. I've submitted legislation. It always doesn't go anywhere because of various reasons, particularly money. So we have formed a work group, and we've started to re-look at that, and we'll be developing legislation to move forward so that we can improve the health workforce as we continue with healthcare reform. The community health worker is another category that we've done a pilot program in Dorchester. We will be continuing to improve and refine that.
In 1984, when I worked on Capitol Hill for Congressman Dyson, I helped draft the first bill to begin the cleanup of the Chesapeake Bay. That bill is what provides the framework for all of the work that's being done today in that area. I believe that the most important issue facing the Eastern Shore is finding a balance between our efforts to clean up the Chesapeake Bay, our rivers and creeks, and with agriculture and developing and creating jobs and career opportunities for children and for everybody here on the shore. And I think that one of the most important things that a legislator can do, and this is exactly what I'll do when I get elected, and that is bring the parties together. Because there's a lot of controversy today about, who's being asked to bear a certain burden, or some sectors being asked to bear more than others. And I think that what we need to do is make sure that everybody gets a seat at the table. And that's the job of the state senator in this district, because that's the most important issue facing the Eastern Shore. Number two, as a small business owner, I've been running a small business in Cambridge for 13 years. What that means is I make payroll week after week, year after year. I know what it means to have a first class, I know what it means to be able to draw from kids who have a first class education. I am going to fight all the way, all the time, to make sure that the Eastern Shore, this middle shore, the whole district going down to Wicomico, we're not just talking about getting an education, but we are going to make sure that everybody in the United States knows that the Eastern Shore is committed to a first-class education. And I'll tell you, one of the areas that's most important to me is our community colleges. 93% of the people who go to our community colleges, they stay right here on the shore, apply their skills, their talents, and their new knowledge to jobs right here, and that's going to be very important for our future.